Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your January 2018 general mid-month videos. Thank you for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. Thank you to those of you who continue to follow my YouTube channel, to like, watch, share, subscribe. All your support and feedback and comments is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And also a thank you to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings, keeping me so busy and occupied. Both my regular clients and my new clients as well. Always an honor and a pleasure. Thank you. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you haven't read with me before, or you have and you've forgotten the information, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About button for more information and my contact details. You can also find my contact details attached to the description of every video I post. Turnaround time for personal readings is usually quite quick. I can usually get back with you within the same day or the first 24 hours of your initial contact with information, because I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So turnaround time for scheduling readings is anywhere from a few days, if I get cancellations or reschedules, upwards of a couple of weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time or so. We can set up a reading for you live or recorded, so contact me if you're interested. You'll find my contact details on the description and also by clicking on the About button. One of the readings that's usually pretty popular, I get a lot of requests this time of the year, are the 6 and 12-month overviews that I do, which you can do any time of the year, but a lot of people like to start out the New Year's with them for themselves or as gifts for a family or friends. So you may want to consider that as well. For those of you who are not looking for the more traditional intensive readings, you just have a quick question or two, you just need a quick answer or look at, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That link is also with the rest of my contact information. That's a cool smartphone app where you can find me and choose the one question, one answer option, or you can open it up for a little reading via text, and they also have a video chat option as well. So check that out if you're interested. All right, let's move right into this reading. This is for the air sign of Libra for January 2018 mid-month, so we're looking at the last couple of weeks of January. I am recording these in the second week of January. Make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well for additional insight and clarification, or you may find that one of your other signs may resonate a little more predictively for you, because these are general readings. There's lots of you watching, so it's going to mean different things to different people. It may resonate in one area of your life for some of you and in another area of your life for others of you, although the energy and the message typically fundamentally remains the same. Okay, Libra, let's just see what's in store for you for the last half of January 2018. We have the Page of Wands accompanied by the Hermit in reverse. We have the Two of Cups followed by the Knight of Wands, and from the bottom of the deck representing overall energy and advice, you have two that popped out. The first one is the Hierophant in reverse, accompanied by the High Priestess in the upright. Wow, 3 major arcana cards out of, well, traditionally to look at 2 weeks, I pull 2 cards per week. So for the mid-months, it's usually 4 cards with an additional 5th card from the bottom of the deck as overall energy. So you have 6 cards here, and half of them are major arcana. So that's significant, profound energies, divine timing and orchestration, guide spirit, your universe and guides. It means that this time period that we're looking at, the last half of January, time being fluid of course, is going to be pretty significant and important or profound for you, or the opportunity for it to be rather important and significant for you is there. So Libra, it looks like a lot of you in one way or another, in one area of your life or another, are kind of breaking with tradition or doing something outside of the conventional traditional path. I say this because that's what I'm feeling. And that's what it looks like. I'm actually going to start with your crowning cards. Your crowning cards from the bottom of the deck represent the overall energy and guidance for the last half of January 2018. You had 2 that popped out together, and they're so strongly attached that I'm keeping them both. So the first one is the Hierophant in reverse, followed by the High Priestess in the upright. Such a clear message. In the upright position, the Hierophant represents convention, tradition, walking the prescribed path, going along with the group, doing what everybody else is doing. It can represent large corporations, businesses, institutions, well-established things, organized religions, convention, tradition, the prescribed path. It can represent taking things to a deeper level of commitment, a higher level of responsibility. There is sometimes a certain sacrifice, if you will, of individuality and self-expression, but the payoff that you get is that you get to belong to a group of people. Everybody's kind of doing the same thing. You kind of get to operate under that umbrella. So it's, neither positive nor negative. It just is. Convention, tradition, walking on the sidewalk, walking that prescribed path. It's in the reverse, which I'm feeling quite strongly here, Libra, for the last half of January, and this could be already going on for some of you because it's a general reading. It's breaking with tradition. It's stepping out of the traditional path. Now, what that means for you, it could be even in a religious, in the religious or spiritual aspect of your life. It could mean leaving an organized religion or a religion that you've grown up with, or that your family's kind of grown up with, to explore something different, do something different. In the emotional relationship area of your life, it can represent doing something outside of the bounds of what is conventional and traditional for you, or kind of your lifestyle, or how you grew up with your family. It can represent, because the soulmate card is here as well. So it can represent maybe dating someone that maybe your parents don't approve of, or your family, it's kind of outside of the expected norm, or who you might be expected to date. It could be outside of your cultural norms. Your what you grew up with, breaking with tradition, breaking with the establishment. It could be making a job choice or a career path choice that's not what has been expected of you, or something perhaps that you've been doing for a while, and you're stepping off that path and you're doing something completely different. So it's a break with convention, tradition, the norms, whatever that might mean for you. Because for some of you, this is going to be in the relationship area of your life. For others of you, it could be in job, work, career. For some of you, it could be a spiritual path as well. So the Hierophant in reverse. Now, it's accompanied by the High Priestess in the upright. This is about trusting your intuition, trusting your instincts, trusting what that voice inside of you is telling you. It's a card of deep spirituality. The High Priestess sees a lot. She observes, she pays attention, she sees a lot, but she plays her cards pretty close to her chest. She doesn't really talk a lot about what she sees. She's the High Priestess. She's very in tune with her source and sense of spirituality, with her intuition. Intuition is our connection to the divine. It's how we get those messages. And typically when this card comes up, I always tell clients, for the time period we're looking at, for you, Libra, it's basically the last half of January 2018. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to any flashes of insight you get, or ideas which seem to come out of nowhere. Definitely pay attention to what your feelings are telling you, regardless of what might be in the reality of your external world, or what other people might be telling you or giving you their opinions, or what you think you might be expected to do. Because remember, we're doing something that breaks with the norm, the conventional, traditional path in some area of your life, and you're being asked to trust in that feeling that's leading you. Trust in that and pay attention to it over the next few weeks. So now we have so we're looking at the last half of January, roughly. I always say time is somewhat fluid. We have the energy of the Page of Wands and the Hermit in reverse. So Wands is fire energy. In the tarot, this suit is a very active, dynamic suit. Fire is the energy of creation, creating, building, manifest. It's change, movement, action, power. It's dynamic, it's fluid, it's forward moving, action oriented, it's exciting and passionate, enthusiastic. Pages are the youngest and least mature energies of the court cards in the tarot. They can represent young people, children, messages, messengers. They often represent messages. They almost always represent being at the beginning path of something, being in the introductory phase of something, because they're pages. They're just starting out, that student apprenticeship kind of puppy energy. exciting new messages coming in, an exciting new beginning, maybe being at the beginning of a new path of learning, of spiritual beliefs or religious beliefs, maybe embarking on a new relationship that's really different for you. Maybe they're different from you or different from the norm. You may be starting a new artistic or creative endeavor that's really different for you. You may be starting a job or a work or career path that's different than what you've done before, or different than what's been expected of you, or what perhaps you even expected of yourself. But it's exciting. It has this new, fresh, pages, they're starting out. They're still student apprentices. So this represents being at the beginning of a path of learning or of experiencing new things. And there's a lot to learn and a lot to discover and a lot to find out about, because you're at the beginning of it, but it's really exciting and new, and it's fire energy. So it's fresh and exciting and enthusiastic and passionate. Now, it's accompanied by the Hermit in reverse. So in the upright position, I feel like for a lot of you this is relationship, but for some of you too, because I'm getting a little bit of other things as well. Some of you, this is a spiritual or religious experience, or it's going to resonate for you in that area of your life. For others, it may be job, work, or career path, although I feel that's the smallest portion of you. I think for the largest portion of you, it's relationship. The Hermit in reverse. So in the upright position, in the reverse, it can represent the end of being alone, the end of walking a solitary path. It can also represent maybe not paying attention to what other people are saying, or what other people are saying. Maybe they may be trying to share their wisdom and experience with you. And maybe what you're doing, breaking from this conventional path somehow, maybe going against what your own life experience or what you've grown up with. Because in the upright position, the Hermit can represent walking a solitary path, being alone, choosing to do that. It can represent withdrawing from society. Why do hermits, why do they call them hermits? Why do they go off by themselves? Why do monks, monastics choose to do that? They do that to remove the distractions of conventional society in order to seek out wisdom, insight, guidance. So this can represent an end of an isolative period in your life. It can represent the end of being alone, being single. It can also represent, in the upright position, it can also represent making a decision or seeking out insight and solutions by using your own experience that you have so far, the accumulation of your own life's experience. So in the reverse position, it may be that your head may be saying, look, this you need to stay with the tried and true, and etc., what you know, but your heart, your intuition may be leading you in another direction or compelling you in another direction. So the Hermit in reverse for some of you can represent, I'm going to go with that intuition. I'm going to go with my instincts, with what I feel Spirit is telling me. Remember that High Priestess in the upright. And again, it may represent the end of being alone, and a combination of all of those things. And I say that because next to that, which is around at or towards the end of January 2018, roughly, we have the energy of the Two of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So the Two of Cups is water energy. And in the tarot, the energy of this suit, that watery mercurial energy, is usually manifested in the emotional area of our life, which also is the area of our life which includes relationships. The Two of Cups is traditionally considered the soulmate card, finding that soulmate, that kindred spirit, more than just chemical and physical attraction, a meeting of the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit, kind of seeing things in the seeing life through very similar views. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic, eros kind of love. It can represent, that best friend, sisterhood, brotherhood, kindred spirit kind of connection. It doesn't have to be in the relationship area of your life too. Fundamentally, the Two of Cups represents a beautiful union, a really great match in more than just tangible ways. This can also represent the merging of two companies in a way that's beneficial in a lot of different different ways for people. It can represent in job, work, and career, it can represent finding the perfect job for you. Not just that the salary is good, but you like the place, you like the people, you like the work you're going to be doing. It's a great match in a variety of different ways other than just the obvious. So a beautiful union between two people, two entities, finding something that is the perfect match for you. It's a great, beautiful union. So for some of you, it's finding your soulmate. And again, there's this whole theme of breaking with convention, tradition, what's expected of you, what you expected of yourself, maybe, you know, even if other people aren't quite approving of who you're with, what you're doing with this person, or what you're doing in terms of maybe embarking on a different career or taking time off to go, you know, I don't know, be a sheep herder in Tibet, or, you know, you're somehow breaking with tradition. You may be going from one religious spiritual path to another one completely different, and that may not always meet with approval, because breaking with tradition means that there's going to be some kind of probably expected fallout, or people giving you your advice, and even your head might be saying, well, you know, you should stick with what you know to be true, and sometimes that's good advice, but it feels quite strongly here that Spirit is saying, go with your intuition, go with that voice inside of you is telling you, go with your gut instinct here. That Two of Cups is accompanied by the Knight of Wands, a very fast-moving, exciting energy. Knights usually represent the speed at which a situation moves, fast-moving situations, because Knights are known for kind of charging in, spontaneous, impulsive energy. And the Knight of Wands is the fastest of all four of the Knights because he's powered by fire. That's his ruling element, and they often represent offers or opportunities. So again, it's like you're starting off on a new path, and whatever area of your life this is resonating in, because it's going to be different in a general reading depending on who's watching. Love and romance for some of you, friendship for others of you, a spiritual religious path for others, job, work, career. You're somehow breaking with the expected path, the path that's been required of you, expectations, culture, tradition, norms, and you're kind of going with what you feel led by and compelled by. It feels very exciting and new and fresh. I see and feel nothing negative about this. It just feels very fast moving and very excited. It could be something that's come up rather quickly or really taken you off guard, taken you by surprise. So it'd be interesting to see what the feedback is on this one. It's really, I feel quite an enthusiastic energy about it. Trust your instincts and your intuition. Pay attention to any dreams, any flashes of insight, anything that, you know, ideas which seem to come out of nowhere. Above all, pay attention to your intuition, that connection with the divine over the next few weeks, Libra. So that pretty much wraps up your January 2018 mid-month reading. I hope you have enjoyed it, that it at least didn't confuse you, that it perhaps helped clarify some things or bring you a little bit of insight and food for thought. Again, if any of you are interested in any personal one-on-one reading with me, go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on that About button for more information and details. You can also find my contact info attached to the description of every video I post. Feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you, set up a personal reading for you just as quick as we can, live or recorded. And for those of you who are looking for just more quick answers to quick questions, maybe not quite the longer intensive readings, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy as well. You can find that link with the rest of my contact info. So Libra, I will see you all again in a few weeks for the February 2018 general readings. Until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life as we move into this beautiful new year. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.